Julian Assange is still in limbo as Ecuador weighs up whether to grant him political asylum. The Latin American country has recalled its ambassador to Britain for consultation. If the WikiLeaks editor's request is denied, he's likely to be arrested by British police the moment he steps out of the Ecuadorian embassy, where he's been since Tuesday. RT's Yelena Milinchij is in Ecuador's capital, Quito, and has been looking into his asylum chances.
All along, Assange has been claiming that his case was politically motivated, denying sex crime allegations for which he's wanted for questioning in Sweden. And it's exactly those claims of political nature of the case that are being thoroughly looked into here in Ecuador, where there's still no sign that a decision is on the way. Now, President Rafael Correa says Ecuadorian authorities are assessing if there is a real threat to Assange's life. The Latin American leader has stressed that Ecuador rejects the death penalty, so if he finds there are strong grounds to Assange's fears of being ultimately extradited to the United States, he might decide the whistleblower needs protection.
We have to see if there's any death threat against Julian Assange. We have to analyze his reasons for requesting asylum, if he's had due process. Ecuador is a country that rejects persecution for ideological motives.
Assange lost his extradition appeal to the UK Supreme Court. If the WikiLeaks editor is ultimately handed over to Sweden, he's likely to be detained immediately. That's what Assange said himself in his first public comments since he took refuge in the Ecuadorian embassy on Tuesday, after having spent 18 months under house arrest without charge. The WikiLeaks editor added it's not looming extradition to Sweden that worries him the most, but his possible removal to the United States, where he claims he's the subject of grand jury proceedings. He also said that the UK and Sweden deliberately slowed down his case to allow the US time to draw up charges against him for leaking hundreds of thousands of secret US documents. While Ecuador might hope to be seen as a defender of dissident ideas by accepting the world's #1 whistleblower as a political refugee, it could be made to suffer for its actions. For example, it's been suggested that Ecuador's trade with the United States and consequently thousands of jobs might suffer immensely if the Latin American country shelters Assange. Obviously, there's a lot more to this than meets the eye. We have to wait and see how this seemingly never-ending saga plays out.